the next day, I was able to get enough shaping done yesterday, you know, the first day that we rolled it out. And I came out this morning to look at it and do a few more little touches here and there. And I had a couple of little spots where the fibers were kind of coarse standing up. So you just kind of put your fingers down around to the side. Let me get something closer here. Just kind of span your hand like this and then find a spot and you just swirl it out, bigger and bigger diameter. And you can get rid of those, or if you're trying to, if you have a gap, you know, it's thin that one spot, you can slowly work your way in and drag the fibers back in. So let me go ahead and mix up some System 3's silver tip and we'll start this. It's not going to take long. It's what, 2:35 now. It'll probably take me half an hour to get this done, so we'll be back. Well, I got my stuff mixed up. One little spot there could be. This is a double pump. I can't remember exactly how many watts and physics and just a dump it out. And then I've already taken sandpaper and cleaned this off. So we'll start in the middle. 6-ounce cloth is going to take a lot more than 4-ounce cloth. I don't know if you can see the little waves coming out of this or not. I usually try to do 1/2 at a time. That's on the other side of the line. What? Okay, the second go around. I'll do a little infilling, slow infilling this time. Sprinkle a little bit in those areas that are looking kind of dry. See if Bud will take it someplace that needs it. Usually I found with these mud knives really don't get much puddling action. busy. It's most like a telemarketer anyway. Come around to the very edges near the end. I guess we can roll a little more here. Get some of these dry spots. When you pour it out of the cup over the edge, you gotta wipe his chin like a baby. Otherwise you'll dripping on your shoes or down the side of the hole. And we'll start another row here. Right now we're trying to get the majority of the glass wet out and held down by the epoxy. It's warm out today. It's, I don't know if it's going to make 90 tonight. It's in the upper 80s. I know it was hot out when I was riding my motorcycle at noon. Like I said, it doesn't take long. Especially with this big blade, you can really move a lot of epoxy around real quick and get a good finish. I've used rollers before, and all you do is you wind up with a big gob of epoxy all over everything. Right now we're just going to try to work it up to the edge. Get it held down. When you get down to this end here, it slows down, and I switched over to another brush, and you gotta just take it slow. You can't rush it, otherwise you're gonna dribble all over it. I made one mistake by not putting newspaper. I should have put newspaper all under the bottom edge of the tape when I was putting the tape on, just to keep not having to worry about the drips coming down the hull. Just take your time. Start in the middle and work outwards. Just kind of get some epoxy into it to kind of stick it in place. Keep an eye on the back of the brush has been getting me. It's collecting. Get out of there, bug, or you're going to be a permanent part of the hull. Still haven't figured out how I'm going to do the corners yet. I think I'm going to come in tight and then cut. Fold over. But I got plenty of time to worry about that. Just push your brush into the dry areas to get the epoxy out of the brush. On this corner, I wetted it down to this outer edge here. And then I'll fold this around. Cuts down. Sticky. And that'll get faired in. Just trying to think of which one would be the easiest one to conceal. That'll be able to fair in. That one didn't come out as good as the other side. Also on these long edges here, do a little bit of jump brushing. Kind of tack it down. Hold it in place so it doesn't, as you're going along here, it doesn't want to move on you. Be careful you're not dripping all over the place when you're doing this. The bow corners went easy. Just start in the middle and worked outward. And then when I got to the corners, I was able to trap it on both sides of the seam of the hull. And I got to go to the lumber store and pick up my the wood for the bottom stiffeners. Get those on. I don't want to wait too many days between the coats of the silver tip here. I have 3 days in order to between each layer of epoxy to still have a chemical bond without where I don't have to sand it. Now you want to go around and see if there's any little spots that need a little bit of touch up. As you don't have any edges that are lifted or any place that the fiber or the epoxy has drifted past the blue tape. Like over here, I had to cut a piece out of the bow that was trying to stay stuck. So That's basically it. I started, what is it, 2:30? It's about 4:05 now. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is I rolled it a couple times, but I find if you're going to roll it, have a buddy helping you that's rolling right behind it, because if the epoxy starts setting up and this heat, it's going to start sticking to the roller and lifting it. So I abandoned that. Those scrapers are the best thing there is. And then you know, I started out with the big one and I went down to the little one as I got closer to the edge. If I would have used the little scraper more, if I would have had put newspaper underneath the blue tape here to protect the sides of the boat, and then I wouldn't have worried about the drips. So that's enough for this one. The brush tends to leave puddles behind, where the scraper just does a magnificent job. And sometimes it helps too to lightly, just lightly come along with your scraper. I'm pulling a little bit of epoxy along with me now. You can see it on there. So I'm not getting too much. Take it around the corner. That should come in nice. There. So that's it. We'll come back on the next one, putting on the bottom strips, and then the 2 and 3 inch cloth on that, and then the final wet out. I'll probably, to get a nice finish on the bottom, I'll need at least 1, maybe 2 more weave fills to get a very smooth coat on the bottom. Kind of want it to look like fiberglass. You don't have to do that, but you know, I'm going to try to do as good as I can. Even though I say, you know, if it looks good at 10 feet, it's good at 10 feet. So, till next time.